the weekend, we've been having these on and off rain chances overall, but as we go into today, a system is going to be bringing in more substantial rain. We're going to continue to see some rain as we go through the week. We're also going to start seeing some cooler weather. Now, today is going to be our final day of some of that warmer weather, more akin to summer, before we feel like we're definitely in the middle of fall as we get going in the week. And we're going to start warming up as we head into the weekends gradually, and we're going to start drying out. But that's before we might see just a little bit more rain as we get into the beginning of next week. But let's look at that satellite radar, because right now we do have some rain making its way through. A little bit of shower action going all the way up towards the Iron Range at International Falls, thanks to that meso-low situated right there. But a lot of the bulk of the rain is right now south along the I-35 corridor, making its way into northwest Wisconsin. Some of the heavier rain came in the northern portions of Aiken County, it looks like. So that's where we saw up to probably an inch or two there earlier this morning. And as we get to later into the afternoon, well, we're going to see a bit of a break early in the afternoon, probably for some of the rain action. But we'll see that development pick back up as we start to head into late this afternoon to the early evening. It looks like, especially for you guys further south, that's where we're expecting a lot more of the action. And also the higher chance of seeing some of that severe weather, because we do have a marginal risk. It's only for a small area, but it's right here south of Moose Lake, heading around Hinckley. So south along the I-35 corridor, might see some damaging winds and some large hail associated with any storms we do see. Marginal risk, but something just to keep an eye on. And when it comes to rain, we might have a little bit of heavy rainfall at times. We already saw some places get up to 2 inches this morning, so we do have a marginal risk for excessive rainfall. Keep an eye on some localized flash flooding through the day as well. But we'll continue to pull this forward, because you'll notice the rain's not going to end, especially as you get into the UP and the Arrowhead. We'll continue to see that shower action continue all the way out, shown here Thursday morning, and we might see a little bit of snow Wednesday overnight in northern Minnesota. Just a few snowflakes, likely not seeing accumulation, but if you do catch an eye on some of those snowflakes, might be a bit of exciting, especially this early in the season. But as we get later on Thursday, it looks like we might have a bit more rain make its way in. The reason why is because we're going to have this second system move on down, as this one kind of just churns here right over the Northland. That's going to bring that second bout of rain. But this system, both of them, are going to help continue to bring in some cooler air behind it, and it is going to make it feel quite chilly outside. Let's start here with those temperatures today, because as I mentioned, it's going to be still warm today. High's going to be in the 70s for a lot of us. If we get rain, it might be a little bit cooler, but overall it's going to be another pretty warm day for us, and it's going to be a little bit muggy as well, getting into the low 60s for those dew points. So it's going to feel, more summer-like, kind of warm, getting into the 70s for those temperatures, staying in the 60s for the dew points. It's kind of reminding of summer like it has been over the last few days. But we're going to see a pretty big change. Look at the winds. They're going to be out of the north as we get into Wednesday, and they're going to be blustery, getting up to 30 miles per hour behind that cold front, and that's going to bring some pretty cool air, because as we get into Wednesday, you'll notice the temperatures really don't drop much. Highs likely even in the 50s for a lot of us. This model showing northern Minnesota staying in even the mid 40s for those highs. It might not get quite as cool like this model is suggesting, but it is definitely going to feel quite cool outside, more akin to the middle of October than the beginning of September with those temperatures. Lows going to be dipping into the 30s, so we're probably going to be seeing some frost as well on some of these mornings, and the cool air is going to be sticking around. It's not just Wednesday, but look at this. We're going to be staying below average likely all the way even into the weekend and through the weekend, but we will gradually be warming up. In fact, by the time we get to Sunday, we're going to be highs getting into the 60s. So we're still going to be about 5, maybe even closer to 10 degrees below the seasonal average, but it's not going to feel too bad at all. It feels like more of a nice fall day, especially because it looks like we're going to stay pretty dry as well. So plenty of sunshine this weekend. We're going to have those temperatures a little bit on the cool side, really going to remind us of fall and really get us excited as we continue through the cooling season. But you'll notice that even though it's going to be dry this weekend, the next storm chance might be coming as we get into the beginning of next week. There's something to keep an eye on as we go through the week, but we're definitely going to be keeping an eye on those temperatures, because even though we're going to be seeing rain today and through the week, the big story is those temperatures are going to drop down and stay pretty cool all the way up into the weekend.